Hey guys, Gizmoddict here, and after using the Galaxy M10 extensively, today I'm gonna tell you why I don't recommend this phone. See, don't get me wrong, the Galaxy M10 is not a bad phone, but then you have to keep a lot of things in mind when you're buying a phone for 8,000 rupees. You have to keep the competition in mind, plus there are some very annoying cons with the Galaxy M10, so that's what I want to point out in this video. So without wasting any more time, let's do a complete review of the Galaxy M10. I'm also going to make this video in Hindi, so if you guys are comfortable with that, you can watch that, and if you like videos on this channel, consider subscribing and pressing the bell icon so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. On that note, we'll get started. So first, let me get started with the annoyances of the Galaxy M10, and the first one has to be the speaker placement on this phone. So somehow Samsung has managed to put the loudspeaker of this phone on the back, and this is the stupidest placement for a loudspeaker. The Redmi 6 also had it, and I had criticized Xiaomi a lot for that. Seriously, loudspeaker on the back is the most stupidest design choice that you can make, and someone from the Samsung design department should definitely get fired for this. I mean, the speaker gets muffled very badly every time you put the phone on its back. I've missed a couple of calls because of this, because my phone was lying on a table or on my bed and the phone was ringing and I couldn't pick up the phone because I couldn't hear the ring. Yeah, so it's that annoying, and especially when you're watching some content and you put your phone on the table, it's just gonna muffle all of the sound and it's not a very good experience. So seriously, Samsung, why did you put the loudspeaker on the back? This is one of the biggest cons of this phone, and I would have preferred a speaker placement at the bottom like almost any other phone has. So yeah, this was one of the major cons on the Galaxy M10, and it really affected my usability with this phone. Then the second design flaw that I don't agree with on the Galaxy M10 is the fact that this phone does not have a fingerprint sensor. I know it's a lot to ask in this price segment, but then at least get your face unlock right. So the problem with the Galaxy M10 is that the face unlock, first of all, is very slow and it's not accurate as well. Even if your eyes are closed, the face unlock will unlock the phone, and I'd specifically gone into the settings and turned that option off. Even then, with my eyes closed, I could unlock the Galaxy M10. And it's not like the face unlock is super fast. I mean, if you compare the Galaxy M10 with the Realme C1, once again, the C1 doesn't have a fingerprint sensor, it only relies on face unlock. The face unlock is much faster on the Realme C1. You just look at the phone and it unlocks the phone. Whereas on the Galaxy M10, it takes a couple of seconds, at least 2 to 3 seconds, to recognize your face and then unlock the phone. So it's like a longer process on the Galaxy M10, and honestly I would have just preferred a physical fingerprint sensor. Then we come to the last and the most annoying part, storage on the Galaxy M10. So the Galaxy M10 retails for 8,000 rupees and Samsung is giving only 16 GB of storage on this phone. Seriously, 16 GB in 2019 for an 8,000 rupees phone. That's actually very less. I've gotten so many times the notification that my storage is full, I need to clear the phone, etc, etc. And now you might argue that this phone has a micro SD card slot, so why are you complaining about the storage? Well, that's because this phone does not support adaptable storage. Most of the phones in this price segment do not support adaptable storage. So all of the apps that you install, they are going to go on the internal storage. You cannot install the apps on the memory card. And because of that, it's very easy to fill up the 16 GB storage that this phone has. So regardless if you buy a memory card or not, all of your apps are going to be installed on the 16 GB internal storage, and it's very easy to fill it up. So yeah, storage is one of the biggest cons on the Galaxy M10, and considering Realme is giving you 32 GB storage on the C1, which is 500 rupees less, Asus is also giving 32 GB storage on the Zenfone Max M1. I don't know why Samsung has to go with the 16 GB storage. It's actually too less, and all of these phones should have at least 32 GB storage in 2019. So Samsung, if you're listening, this is not cool. So all of these things combined make the Galaxy M10 a difficult phone to use, at least for me. I was using the Realme C1 side by side with this, and trust me, the experience was genuinely better than the one on the Galaxy M10. Because of the Exynos 7870 chipset inside the Galaxy M10, the performance is not as good as the Snapdragon 450. But then the Galaxy M20 is okay in terms of day-to-day usage. You shouldn't expect a lot in the first place in this price point, and especially in terms of gaming, don't expect anything from the Galaxy M10. It could run Asphalt 9 on the lowest settings possible, but then PUBG was too much for it to handle. I have to say that Realme C1 does a lot better in terms of gaming, especially compared to the M10. But then if you're keeping gaming out of the equation, you might be able to make do with the day-to-day performance of the Galaxy M10. Just don't keep way too many high expectations. But not everything's wrong with the Galaxy M10, there are a couple of plus points as well. First of all, I really like the display on this phone. Even though it's a 720p panel, it's good for this price bracket. You've got a dewdrop notch here which none of the phones have, especially at this price. And the display panel is actually pretty good. You might think that it's a TFT panel so the quality might be low, etc, but that's not the case. If you actually look at the display in person, the colors are nice and saturated, the viewing angles are good, it gets pretty bright. So yeah, I think the display on the Galaxy M10 is actually good, and I think I like it a bit better as compared to the Realme C1. So yeah, the display is good, and on top of that, you get the wideband L1 support, and this phone gets a complete wideband L1 support. So none of the other phones get it properly in this price segment. Even though the Zenfone Max Pro M1 has it still can't play Amazon Prime videos in full HD. The Galaxy M10 on the other hand works very well with Netflix, Amazon Prime and all of the wideband L1 apps. So yeah, you can stream in proper HD resolution without worrying about anything. The camera on this phone is actually pretty good too. The images come out well from the back as well as the front camera, and I have actually compared it with the Realme C1 in a separate video, so if you guys are interested in that, go check it out. Overall, I like the camera performance of this phone. I feel that the portrait mode edge detection could have been better. Also, the wide angle lens on the Galaxy M10 is actually pretty useful. It's only 5 megapixels, so it's not gonna take fancy shots, but then every once in a while, if you're taking a group photo or maybe if you're taking a landscape photo, you want the wide angle shot, then you have it on the Galaxy M10. You can check out the camera review that I've done separately for more information on the Galaxy M10. Another area of surprise was actually the battery life on the Galaxy M10. It's only got 3400 mAh of battery, so I genuinely thought that the battery life experience would be okay on the Galaxy M10. To my surprise, I got more than 6 hours of screen on time on the Galaxy M10. I got consistently more than 6 hours of screen on time on a single charge, so that's great, and Samsung has actually done pretty well in terms of battery optimization. So no complaints with that, and this phone can easily last you for more than a day in medium to heavy usage. The call quality, the network reception, audio via the headphone jack, all was good, and Samsung doesn't compromise in all of these departments. The phone currently runs on Android 8.1 Oreo, but then I think the Pie update is going to come late for this phone. I think it's going to come around June or July maybe, so yeah, don't be too impatient with respect to the Pie update. I know the Realme 3, the Zenfone Max Pro M1 and all of the other phones in the similar price bracket are getting Android Pie very soon now, but the Galaxy M10 is not going to get it anytime soon. It's going to get it eventually, but as of now there are no concrete news about the Android Pie update for the Galaxy M10. And it runs on Samsung's Experience UI. I've covered it in my Galaxy M20 review. It's a very feature-rich interface. You get all of the features on the Galaxy M10 as well. So if you want to know more about the Experience UI, go check out my Samsung Galaxy M20 review. Also, I realized it later while I was on the camera, I forgot to talk about the build quality of this phone. So like any other phone in this price segment, the build quality is not very exciting. The phone is made out of plastic. You've got two colors, I think blue and black, and the plastic back is a fingerprint magnet and it does attract scratches very easily. But then that's the case with every other phone in this price bracket. Even the Galaxy M20 has this issue. This can also happen with the Realme C1. So just use a case with it. Overall, the build quality is okay for the amount of money that you're paying, and I have not had any specific complaints with it. So then, what's the conclusion about the Galaxy M10? When you try to compare the pros and the cons of the Galaxy M10, the cons definitely outweigh the pros. If you look at the competition, the Realme C1 offers much better performance, it offers double the amount of storage, it offers a faster face unlock, and it also has bottom mounted speaker for 500 rupees less. The only thing that's not good on the Realme C1 is a slightly worse camera than the Galaxy M10 and the absence of a wideband L1 certificate. Apart from that, the Realme C1 makes a lot more sense than the Galaxy M10. And if you spend 500 rupees more, you can now get the Zenfone Max Pro M1 or the Zenfone Max M2, both of which are much better devices than the Galaxy M10. In fact, the Max Pro M1 is even a better phone than the Galaxy M20, so let alone comparing it with the Galaxy M10. So according to me, the Galaxy M10 is not a very value for money proposition. Maybe you can buy this phone if you only want a Samsung phone, but then if I was in your place, I would not recommend the Galaxy M10. There are a lot better phones in the similar price bracket, and Samsung really needs to work harder to make a mark here. Especially the 16GB storage and the performance of this phone are something that I cannot get to terms with, and that speaker placement, seriously, why did you do that? Anyways, that's all for my review of the Galaxy M10. If you still want to go ahead with this phone, do keep all of the cons in this mind and then buy it. I'm just gonna recommend you to not get the Galaxy M10. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, then definitely like the video and share it with your friends. If you guys have any more questions about the Galaxy M10 or you have some feedback about this review, definitely drop them in the comments, and you can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram page for more behind the scenes content. A lot of phone reviews are coming very soon, specifically the Galaxy A50, Realme 3, the Galaxy M30, you've got the Redmi Note 7 and the Note 7 Pro, so a lot of content is coming very soon, so make sure you're subscribed for that. That's all from my side. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back in the notifications very soon. Peace.